Having a PhD in voice doesn't necessarily mean that you're a vocal coach that can set your students up for success on Broadway. If you're new here, my name is Zakiya Young, and I'm your favorite suburban Black girl. And yes, this is very different from the content I usually do. But look, things are very, very heavy right now. And for my mental health, I need to go to my happy place. And my happy place is when I'm singing. My happy place is Broadway. So it was amazing that the Tony Awards were last week. It was great to see the performances. And, for my mental health, I'm going to be varying what I post. I will still do my political videos, but I also thought it would be great to introduce myself, the other side of myself, to all of you who mostly know me for my political content. So, in addition to being a thought leader, I'm also a Broadway veteran because a veteran simply means that you've done something. It doesn't mean that you have to have a certain amount of shows before you call yourself a Broadway veteran. I'm also a playwright, a voiceover artist, a former college professor at two different colleges, a singer, and a vocal coach. Now, I'm running a summertime special. I do have a few slots available. I also teach virtually as well as in person in Los Angeles, and I do have students across the country. My students have booked gigs off Broadway with the LA Opera, with the Hollywood Bowl, as well as some of the top regional theaters in the country. And I will post those as soon as I get permission to post who got what. But I get results. Okay. And I'm still auditioning and I'm still performing. And I do think that is very important as an instructor to still be using your gifts to continually grow. Before you choose any coach, including me, Google them. Read our bios, look at our resumes, watch videos of us singing to see if you even like our style before you agree to work with us, okay? Look, I'm a great teacher, but I might not be the right teacher for you, and that's okay. You should work with a teacher who can help you reach your goals. So, if you're working with somebody who might have a PhD in voice but no musical theater experience, and no desire to learn the different genres of singing that are seen on Broadway right now, and maybe talk down about different styles of singing, then you need to find a different teacher. Because not only are you getting a limited perspective, you're also getting this toxicity, and you're also getting these subconscious thoughts against different styles of singing. So let's say this teacher is talking down about belting or about riffing, and you're auditioning for a show that has a lot of belting and riffing, and you really want to be in it. In the back of your mind, you might have those little microaggressions in the back of your head, which leads to self sabotage. We don't want that. We don't want that. You deserve to have a teacher who can help you with the latest trends in musical theater while also giving you a solid foundation. It doesn't have to be either or, it can be both. And maybe a lot of people aren't doing that because they can't, but I can. I'm speaking out specifically about this sort of thing because I'm seeing people that are charging an arm and a leg for voice lessons, and their students can't sing on pitch. Don't ask me how I know. But you have people who cannot project and cannot sing on pitch. So not only will you not book, you're not even going to get a callback or another audition if you walk in the room and you can't even sing on pitch. Like, you're throwing your money down the drain. You need to train with a teacher that knows how to teach you at least the basics. And look, as for us Broadway folks that have started to teach, just because you were on Broadway doesn't mean you're a good teacher. It doesn't. Look, some of our finest Broadway actors have no desire to teach. And then sometimes you have people that are just so naturally gifted that they don't actually know how to explain how to do what they do because it comes so easily to them. So again, do your homework. I think it's totally fine to take like 4 or 5 lessons with the teacher before you commit to them long term. But if you're watching this and you're like, oh my gosh, Zakiya, I just want to train with you, I want to buy a 10 lesson package, I'm down with that too. My approach to teaching is that as the communicator, it is my job to teach you in a way you understand. If you're not understanding, it's my job to find a way to get you to understand instead of just repeating the same thing over and over again or getting frustrated. When you're in a voice lesson with me, it's not about the final performance. It's about the recipe. We're figuring out what works best, right? We're making sure that you are reaching your goals. And I am making sure that I'm teaching you how to sing in a healthy manner. That's one of my areas of expertise, healthy singing and storytelling, because you're not just going to learn how to sing. I'm going to teach you how to understand why you're singing what you're singing, because often the acting and the singing go hand in hand. Okay? I teach all genres because I can sing all genres. I trained classically and I grew up singing gospel music as well as R&B, pop, the whole gamut, even country. Okay? If you are interested in learning how to scream, growl, grunt, or use distortion safely, I'm your girl. I know how to do that safely. And also, those techniques serve me as a working voiceover actress. I do a lot of video games, and that includes sometimes hours of screaming, and I never lose my voice. I'm also an expert at helping people break through their self sabotage. For example, why can you sing perfectly in the car, but then when you get in the lesson, you freeze up? Or why do you sing amazingly in the lesson, but then when you go into the audition room, all of a sudden everything goes out the window? I'm really good at helping you figure out why that's happening so that you can combat that on your own. Because look, all the technique in the world is not going to help you if everything flies out the window when you go into the audition room. I want you to leave lessons feeling empowered. And if you don't, then you should find a different teacher. And just because your friend has a teacher that they love doesn't mean that's going to be the right teacher for you. And also, look, I don't just teach professionals. I have high school students, I have college students, I have people who used to sing and are getting back into it because the kids are out of the house or the kids are finally in school and now they have some free time. So you don't just have to be working toward Broadway to take voice lessons with me. On my YouTube channel, I have a playlist called Zakiya Sings. Check it out. See if you vibe with my style. I'll be posting testimonials from past and present students over the next few days, and you can check out my website, www.officialzakiyayoung.com. Scroll down and you'll get to the coaching section. You can read about my specials, and there's a button where you can email me directly from the website, and I'll get back to you within 24 hours for next steps. I only have a few slots available for this summer, so don't wait. And now, here's a video testimonial from one of my former students named Alex. He started sharing what impact I've had on him as a singer, and I asked if I could film it, and he said yes, and I asked if I could share it, and he said yes. So, enjoy. And I hope to work with you.
Like, I understand my voice more than I ever have. And I've had voice teachers in the past and they've been good, but nobody's understood my voice as well as you have. I remember the first day you were it was just a whole day of figuring out how what is going to make sense to me, and every time I'm I don't get it, you're okay, let's do it a way that you will. And it's just the way that I'll go and I'll practice by myself and I'll be wait, that's not right. I know how to do this because of Zakiya now. And there was literally yesterday I was helping my friend sing a song and I was you're gonna want to try and breathe through here. You're keep this expanded, but don't push. And they were oh, that's helpful. And I was it wasn't me. It was Zakiya. And so I'm just so grateful. I truthfully, so grateful.
Thank you.
I'm so happy that I got to work with you.